Disney just sued Midjourney. Is this the end of AI art? Welcome to VLMG Podcast Tech Talk, the podcast that delves into the rapidly evolving world of artificial intelligence and its impact on our lives. Today, we're tackling a story that's sending ripples across both Hollywood and the tech industry. The landmark lawsuit filed by entertainment giants like Disney and Universal against the AI image generation startup Midjourney. This isn't just about movies and cartoons, it's a critical moment for the future of AI, copyright, and the very concept of fair use. We're going to break down the key takeaways, explore why this is so important for the entire AI industry, and dive into the facts surrounding fair use. The lawsuit unpacked. Key takeaways. Let's start with the immediate facts of the case. On one side, we have a formidable lineup of Hollywood powerhouses: Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm, Universal, and others. On the other, Midjourney, a prominent AI image generation company. The core of their claim? Copyright theft. These studios allege that Midjourney built its AI models by extensively scraping their copyrighted material. Think iconic characters like Yoda, Spider-Man, Shrek, and the Minions. The concern is that this training data then enables users to generate an endless stream of unauthorized knockoffs. What makes this particularly noteworthy is that it's Hollywood's first major legal action against AI companies of this nature. We've seen other media outlets reach licensing deals for their content with AI developers. But in this instance, the studios are choosing the courtroom over compromise. Disney's legal counsel has been clear. While they are bullish on the promise of AI, their stance is firm. Piracy is piracy. This suggests a strong intent to establish a legal precedent rather than simply seeking a financial settlement. The lawsuit even includes dozens of side-by-side comparisons, visually demonstrating the alleged similarities. This isn't just a theoretical argument, they're showing concrete examples of how Midjourney outputs mirror their copyrighted characters. Why this is pivotal for the AI industry. Now, why does this particular lawsuit carry such weight for the entire AI industry, far beyond the confines of image generation? The answer lies in the concept of fair use and its application to AI model training. For years, AI companies have largely operated under the assumption that using publicly available data for training their models falls under fair use. This defense argues that the use of copyrighted material for transformative purposes, such as training an AI to understand patterns and generate new content, does not infringe on the original copyright. It's a complex legal doctrine with several factors, including the purpose and character of the use, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of the portion used, and the effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. This lawsuit is setting up the toughest stress test yet for this fair use defense. If Hollywood succeeds in proving that Midjourney's training practices constitute copyright infringement, it could fundamentally alter how AI models are developed. Imagine a scenario where every piece of data used to train an AI model needs explicit licensing. The sheer scale and cost of such an endeavor could stifle innovation, particularly for smaller AI startups. It could create a massive barrier to entry and concentrate AI development in the hands of a few large corporations with deep pockets. Conversely, if Midjourney successfully defends its use of copyrighted material under fair use, it would reinforce the current paradigm and provide a stronger legal foundation for AI development that relies on vast data sets. The outcome here will shape the regulatory landscape for AI, influencing policies and potential legislation around data sourcing, intellectual property, and the very definition of creative ownership in the age of generative AI. This isn't just about Midjourney, it's about setting a precedent for every AI model, from language models to video generators that learns from existing data. The facts of fair use, a deeper dive. Let's unpack fair use a bit more, as it's the central battleground in this legal fight. Fair use is a legal doctrine under copyright law that allows for the limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the copyright holder. It's designed to balance the rights of creators with the public interest in promoting free speech and creative expression. In the U.S. Copyright Act, 4 factors are considered when determining if a use is fair. 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes. This factor considers whether the new use transforms the original work into something new or simply copies it. AI training often argues for transformative use, as the AI isn't creating exact copies, but learning underlying patterns to generate novel outputs. However, if the outputs are too similar to the original, as alleged in the Midjourney case, this argument becomes weaker. 2. The nature of the copyrighted work. This looks at whether the original work is factual or creative. Creative works, like the characters at the heart of this lawsuit, generally receive stronger copyright protection. 3. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. This doesn't just mean the quantity of the original work used, but also the heart, or most recognizable parts of it. In the Midjourney case, even if the AI isn't directly copying entire images, the argument is that it's replicating the unique and substantial elements of iconic characters. 4. The effect of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. This is arguably one of the most critical factors here. Are Midjourney's outputs, even if not direct copies, serving as substitutes for official merchandise, licensed art, or even new film productions? If AI-generated knockoffs reduce the market for legitimate products or services based on these characters, it strengthens the studio's case. The legal challenge for AI companies is that while their models transform data in the sense that they learn from it, the outputs can often directly compete with or closely resemble the original copyrighted material. The courts will have to grapple with how these traditional fair use principles apply to the entirely new paradigm of generative AI, where the copying happens not by a human directly, but by an algorithm during its training process. This is why the Midjourney lawsuit is such a high-stakes game. It will either solidify existing interpretations of fair use for AI or force a re-evaluation of what constitutes permissible use of copyrighted material in the age of artificial intelligence. The outcome could reverberate for decades. And that wraps up our discussion on the Midjourney lawsuit. It's a complex and fascinating case with far-reaching implications. We'll be keeping a close eye on its developments and bringing you the latest updates. Thanks for tuning in to AI Unpacked. Join us next time for more insights into the world of AI.